tracking macros will give you all the results you need. Now let me tell you about this one here. I used to think I can intuitively eat, and you can get good results from that for fat loss or muscle gain. You can sort of have a good idea, like, this is how many carbs I ate today, this is how many fats, how much protein, but do you really know? Because there's so many times where when I started tracking, it's like, we're off by a decent amount. Now, when you're in a surplus of calories, it's not the craziest, biggest of deal to be a little extra. I mean, you might have some fat gain and everything, but when it's the reverse, when we're cutting up and getting super lean, that's where it actually starts to be really strategic, and you'll get all the results you need, as well as good recovery and feeling amazing at the same time. And that's ideally the goal, because I realize you don't have to feel like crap when you're in a fat loss. Some people think immediately cut the carbs super low and be crazy depleted, but the realistic way to go about it is to make small adjustments. Now when you track your food, that's where it becomes that much easier. So you're just making small pullbacks to the carbs and then adding in refeed days here and there when you're starting to really feel it. And you kind of just pay attention to the scale, right? When the scale is consistently moving, if there's a little bit too big of a drop and you're feeling like, okay, I might be sacrificing some strength in my sessions or energy, let's give a good boost of carbs that day and spike them back up. But when you track your protein, your carbs, and your fats with the macro tracker, I like the one that Sam Sulek recommended, the stupid simple macro tracker. That's been the best one. Seriously, I like it. A lot of people like MyFitnessPal, but I'm liking this stupid simple macro tracker. The interface is cool. It kind of is all cartoony and it reminds me of a video game a little bit. But that's been the greatest way to track, because I can strategically know exactly what I'm doing. You know, when you have the same workouts, the same amount of cardio, the same amount of food coming in, the scale's slowly moving, your body's slowly changing, you know you're just on track. I don't know if you guys have tracked macros or haven't, but it's extremely satisfying when you just are like, I hit my goal, I did everything I need to, and we're on track. And now that I'm sitting pretty deep in this cut, really cut up and strong at the same time, I can say from this testimony that it becomes really important, because when you get to a really lean state, it can be hard to maintain strength and everything. And I've found that as long as my electrolytes are up, my sleep is good, and I'm hitting my calories really well, we're gonna stay strong. You don't need to be in this crazy hole where you're feeling like crap. So I added in the refeed just the other day, like to bump the carbs back up, and you sleep really good after that. Your sessions for the next few days are really strong as well, a little bit stronger than usual, and it just accelerates fat loss and keeps that metabolism really high. So I highly encourage macro tracking. I want to hear from you, your experience, and it gives you that no doubt mentality, that absolute accountability. You go, hey, there's no other direction that we're headed, because right now my deficit that I'm hitting my protein goal, we're gonna retain all that muscle, and we're still gonna burn fat at the same time. There's just nothing more satisfying. Now, something cool is I'm actually gonna be doing some traveling here and continue these vlog series, and I'm bringing my food scale. So when I'm on vacation, you know, I'm gonna not stress it, but I'm not in that place where I'm stressing it. I enjoy the tracking, and there's stages where I want to pull back a little bit, and right now I'm having fun with it. So we're gonna keep it rolling, and you know, chef up my breakfast in the morning, and know if, hey, I'm going out to eat with the family at nighttime on vacation, that I'll pull back the fats and carbs a little bit, because dinner will probably have a little more fat generally when you're eating out. So I'm gonna estimate it to the best of my ability, stay on my macros through this vacation, and feel really good about it. And I'm not stressed about it. You know, I'm gonna show up for the family. I'm gonna eat good. I don't need to binge eat. I can enjoy my grandma's meals, and then have some stuff in the fridge that kind of works around those calories, like my egg whites and protein shakes and tuna steaks, just things that'll just sneak the protein in when I need them throughout this whole week. So macro tracking can be a lot easier than you think, guys. It's extremely satisfying. So I I want to hear what you think, your experience with macro tracking, and what you're using to track your macros. I want to hear all the good stuff here. All right, talk next time.